the first step of making a Cobb salad is to make the dressing. So we've got a lot of bacon here. We've got like 5 or 6 slices of nice thick cut bacon cut into these like little lardon-esque pieces. They're like little rectangles. Toss those in, everybody in. And what we want to do is we want to cook these until they're pretty crispy and they spit out a lot of their fat. We've got our burner at like medium to medium high. We don't want the bacon to burn, obviously, so monitor your cooktop heat to make sure nothing burns. And we're gonna cook these until they're crispy. Alrighty, we've got our bacon here. It's all crisped up, and I'm gonna turn off my cooktop, and we're going to put all of this bacon on a plate with a paper towel to capture all of that excess grease, because we really don't want it. I mean, we do want bacon fat, but we don't necessarily want it super greasy. So we're gonna toss this off to the side. This took about 8 to 10 minutes to crisp up. Let's get in there. Come on, guys. Everybody go. Whoop, let's put this here. Alrighty, now we're gonna saute our veggies. Alrighty, we're gonna add our shallots to the hot oil. You can hear them sizzle. We're gonna cook them down just for a minute until they're soft. You can see all the good little brownie bits here from the bacon. That is good stuff. We've got maybe 2 tablespoons of bacon fat in here. If you've got any more than that, you might want to pour it off, but we're good with what we've got. What we're gonna do is we're gonna cook these down until they're soft and just a little brown, and then we're gonna build our sauce in the pan. Our shallots have cooked for 3 or 4 minutes, so they're nice and soft and just a little bit brown. And now we're gonna start building our sauce. So we're going to add a little bit of water, and this is gonna deglaze the pan, get all that goodness up. We're actually gonna turn our cooktop down to a 3 or 4 because I wanna heat this gently so that the emulsion builds for the dressing. Scrape that up. We're gonna add a little bit of vinegar. And now I'm gonna turn off the pan completely, or the cooktop completely. Got our vinegar. We're gonna add a little bit of Dijon mustard, because yum, Dijon. Oop, that's really loud. And then we're gonna give this a good whisk. I wanna add a little bit of sugar. This is gonna look like a mess at first. It's totally fine, it's totally normal. What we're gonna do is we're gonna whisk it until it comes together. Get it nice and mixed up. The pan is still hot, even though I've turned off the cooktop, but now it's no longer, we're not gonna risk burning these brownie bits on the bottom anymore. And as you can see, they're coming up the more I rub them, because now there's moisture in the pan. We wanna get as much of those brown bits up as possible, because browning is flavor, and those bits are flavor gold. We do not want those to go to waste. Alrighty, I'm gonna add just a pinch of sugar, maybe a 1/4 teaspoon. Give that another good mix. My cooktop just turned off, good. And we're gonna add some olive oil. And now, once we add the olive oil, we're going to turn the cooktop back on to a low temperature, like 2 or 3 or 4, depending on your stove. And then we're gonna whisk this as it slowly heats up over low heat, and we're gonna build our emulsion. You wanna keep whisking, because agitation is the name of the game here. Alrighty, we've got our dressing. It looks great. We're gonna add a little bit of salt and a little bit of pepper. Give it another good whisk. And it's looking good. And so if you find that your dressing doesn't come together, or it starts to split a little bit, which is totally fine, what you can do is you can just put it in a little container like this and shake it up like you would a regular vinaigrette, and it'll come right together. Alrighty, we're gonna scrape this into this little plastic container, because it's gonna need to keep for a few minutes while we build our salad. Da, da, da. Into the little plastic container we go. And make sure you get every little last bit, because like the bacon fat dressing is pure gold. Like, you do not want to miss any of the bacony goodness. Or even if you're not using bacon, if you're using butter, extra virgin olive oil, like, then the shallots would still leave like really good fond on the bottom, and you want to make sure you get that too. Alrighty. So as you move this dressing around, you may notice it breaking. So it's got Dijon mustard in it. And Dijon has a little bit of lecithin in it, which will help hold your vinaigrette together. But the reality is it's not a lot. It's still a vinaigrette. It may break. And that's why we have it in this little guy here, right? So as it sits while we're building our salad, you're going to notice it start to separate. But that's why it's in here. And so we're going to shake it whenever we need to. But I just want to give you a little caveat. This is warm because this pan has been on. So this little container, I can actually already feel it starting to bulge a little bit with steam. When you open it, it's going to be like, pleh. So you want to open it very slowly away from you. I don't know if you heard that. It went psst. So if you're going to let it sit, you may want to like take the top off temporarily just to let steam escape and then put the lid back on before you give it a shake. So now we're going to clean off our workstation here because this is kind of a mess and we're going to build our salad.